Welcome to vpod.ai, the deep dive created just for you. Today, we're tackling something, well, pretty new and complex in digital safety. It's that intersection of teenage curiosity and artificial intelligence. How are the big platforms actually responding to this challenge? Teens talking to these personalized AI companions. Before we really unpack all that, just a quick note that this deep dive is sponsored by Stonefly. They're leaders in enterprise storage, backup and disaster recovery, AI storage, and cloud solutions. So if you're looking for secure, maybe ransomware-proof storage, Stonefly sells air-gapped and immutable storage. You can contact sales at stonefly.com to schedule a demo. Okay, so our mission today is to really look beyond the headlines. We want to dig into the specifics of Meta's upcoming parental controls for their AI stuff. What tools are parents actually getting? When do they launch? And maybe what does this tell us about where teen safety online is heading? So the big question is, what's the fundamental change Meta just announced here?
Yeah, it's interesting because Meta got really specific this time. It wasn't just a vague promise. They actually gave a clear preview on Friday, October 17th, 2025. Outlined these upcoming parental controls focused specifically on teens chatting with those AI characters on their platforms.
October 17th. Okay, so this is happening. It's not just talk. Let's get into the mechanics then.
Ah.
What are the first big tools parents will see, and when can they actually expect them?
Right. The plan is for a rollout starting early next year.
Yeah.
And it kicks off on Instagram first. The main things they highlighted are, well, two key features. First, parents can monitor the topics of conversations. And second, they get the power to just block specific AI characters completely.
Instagram first. That makes sense. Is this going worldwide straight away, or are they starting smaller, geographically, language-wise?
No, they're keeping it pretty tight initially. It's English only to start, just in 4 countries. The U.S., the U.K., Canada, and Australia. Which kind of suggests they want to test the waters,
Yeah.
check the tech, the policy stuff in major English-speaking areas before going broader.
And this wasn't just some blog post, right? It came from the top. Who's actually pushing this message inside Meta?
That's right. Yeah, the company post mentioned Adam Mosseri, who heads Instagram, which shows the social platform angle is key. And also, crucially, the new Meta AI head, Alexander Wang. Putting both their names on it really emphasizes, I think, that this is a joint tech and safety commitment, trying to make things simpler for parents dealing with all this new AI tech.
Okay, let's really dive into the details now, because this is where it gets tricky.
Yeah.
If a parent is really worried about their kid talking to these AI characters, the ones often built for companionship or like role-playing, what's the main sort of kill switch?
The biggest tool coming in the next few months is exactly that. The power to turn off chats with those individual AI characters completely for the teen. It's a big, straightforward off button for those specific companion bots.
Okay, but here's the really important distinction for you listening. Pulling that switch, does that block the teen from all AI on Meta platforms? Like everything?
No. And this is really key to understand. Blocking those specific persona-driven AI characters, that does not block access to the general Meta AI chatbot. And the reason is pretty functional, really. Those specialized characters are seen more as optional, maybe higher risk, add-ons, companionship features. But the general Meta AI, that's being baked in as more of a core utility, like a search tool or a helper built into the platform. Blocking it would kind of break the platform's basic function.
Right, that makes sense from a product perspective. Keep the utility, manage the riskier add-ons. But okay, if that general Meta AI is still there, how are they making sure that interaction is safe, since it doesn't have that same blanket block?
They're leaning hard on content standards for that one. Meta was explicit. The general Meta AI will only discuss age-appropriate stuff. And they'd said earlier that all their AI experiences for teens would follow basically a PG-13 movie rating standard. So the AI is actively trained to sidestep sensitive topics, think extreme violence, nudity, graphic drug use, things like that.
A PG-13 rating. I mean, can an AI, a large language model, actually enforce that consistently? Or is it more like a policy goal, a PR standard? We know these filters aren't foolproof.
That's exactly the right question. It really highlights the difficulty, doesn't it? Applying subjective human standards like movie ratings to generative AI. Now, they say they're using advanced filters and moderation, but yeah, the PG-13 claim, it's fundamentally a policy directive, not quite a technical guarantee. It means the models are instructed to refuse certain chats. But as you said, any LLM can potentially be jailbroken or nudged into tricky areas, which is why the parental controls exist to kind of backstop the filter.
Which brings us nicely to the more selective controls, beyond just switching off all characters. What about monitoring? For parents who want a lighter touch, maybe not shut it down, but keep an eye on things.
Exactly. For that lighter touch, parents can choose to turn off chats with just specific characters. Maybe one AI seems off, but others are fine. And crucially, they'll also get info about the specific topics their teens are discussing. And this monitoring part, it applies to conversations with both the individual AI characters and the general meta AI.
Okay, that monitoring feature is really interesting, especially for the general AI. If Meta is promising that the general AI is age appropriate, filtered to PG-13, why give parents tools to monitor the topics discussed with that supposedly safe AI? Doesn't that kind of undercut their own promise? It almost implies they don't fully trust their own filter, right?
That is the absolute core tension here. You've nailed it. That monitoring tool exists precisely because they know filtering isn't perfect, and they know determined teens can try to push the boundaries. So what the monitoring really captures in this new AI world isn't just the AI's response, it's the teen's intent, their persistence. It tells the parent what topics the teen is trying to explore, even if the AI shuts it down. And that context is vital for a parent, something a simple filter can't give you.
So this new toolkit, it's really layering on top of things they already had. What else was already in place for teen safety there?
Oh yeah, definitely. These new controls slot into existing measures. Like right now, teens are already limited to only certain AI characters, ones vetted for age appropriateness. Parents could already set time limits on using these features. And earlier this year, Instagram also announced they're using AI more to spot teens trying to fudge their age on the platform. So it's multi-layered: prevention, limits, and now more detailed monitoring.
Okay, stepping back a bit, this isn't just Meta, is it? This feels like a bigger shift. Why the sudden rush across the whole industry, it seems, to roll out these kinds of teen-focused controls now?
That's the vital context, absolutely. This is happening because of huge public and, frankly, legal pressure. We're seeing these changes across the board because of growing worries and actual lawsuits alleging that social media and AI companies have played a part in harming teen mental health, even tragically being linked to teen suicides in some cases.
So it's not just being proactive, it's a reaction, an industry-wide reaction driven by some serious external scrutiny.
Precisely. Look at the pattern just in the last few weeks, few months. You've got Meta, OpenAI, YouTube, all pushing out significant new tools or policies focused on teen safety. YouTube, for instance, got stricter on certain content types and AI-generated stuff involving kids. OpenAI tightened safety protocols for younger users, too. It's a coordinated move, almost, showing the whole sector knows it have to address these regulatory and mental health concerns around AI, especially the really engaging personalized kind.
And does the type of controls Meta chose, like specifically allowing parents to block those companion characters, does that connect directly to the kinds of concerns raised in those lawsuits or public debates?
Oh, there's a very strong link there, I think. Those companion AIs, the ones designed for emotional chat or role play, they're often right at the center of the controversy because they can simulate relationships, maybe encourage risky thinking before a parent even realizes what's going on. So by letting parents block those specific high-risk characters while keeping the general utility AI available, Meta is directly addressing the loudest concerns from the public and legal side, but they're also protecting their platform's core usability. It's a really calculated balancing act, risk mitigation versus user engagement.
That really helps frame why they structured this new toolkit the way they did. So wrapping things up for you listening, what does this all mean? You've now got a clear breakdown of this Meta AI safety toolkit. There's the blanket blocking for companion characters, selective blocking if you prefer, detailed monitoring of conversation topics across all their AI interactions, and this overarching PG-13 content standard they're trying to enforce. It's really mixed, isn't it? New controls layered onto existing things like time limits and those AI-powered age checks.
Yeah, and the big takeaway for me, the thing I think you should really mull over, is that tension we talked about. Meta is giving parents these pretty advanced tools to monitor the topics teens discuss with the general Meta AI, while at the same time guaranteeing that AI meets a PG-13 safety standard. It just begs the question about risk, doesn't it? If the platform filters are already supposed to make it age appropriate, what actual risk is left for the parental monitoring to catch? Is it about catching behavioral risks? Is it admitting technical filters might fail? Or is it maybe just about covering their bases, legally speaking? What does monitoring really mean in this AI landscape?
Something definitely worth thinking about as these tools roll out. Before we go, one last thank you to Stonefly for sponsoring this deep dive. Stonefly leads in enterprise storage, backup, disaster recovery, AI storage, and cloud solutions. Need secure, ransomware-proof storage. They offer air-gapped and immutable options. Check them out at sales@stonefly.com to schedule a demo. Thank you for joining us for this deep dive into a really fast-moving area of AI safety. Go explore.